member for Niagara West-Glanbrook.
Thank you, Speaker. Question to the Premier. Premier, buying a home is the single largest investment that many of us will make in our entire lifetime. And governments should do what they can to support that important Canadian value of home ownership. But this Premier is throwing one roadblock after another in front of middle-class families trying to buy a new home. The Premier knows that almost 40% of all new housing in the Greater Toronto Area is priced at more than $400,000. If the family were to choose Toronto, they'd face a land transfer tax, the new McGuinty-Miller land transfer tax, and now a brand-new 8% sales tax. Premier, why are you taxing homes out of reach of middle-class families in the GTA?
Premier.
To the Minister of Finance. Mr. Speaker, our government has put together a tax cut package for average Ontarians that's unprecedented in the history of Ontario. $10.6 billion, Mr. Speaker. We'll have the lowest tax rate on the first bracket. We've also provided the most generous sales tax credit in the country compared to all the other harmonized provinces. Mr. Speaker, this package is the right package of corporate tax cuts, business tax cuts that will stimulate this economy and get us to better and stronger growth so that we can continue to maintain and enhance our vital public services, education, health care, and a better environment, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary.
Well, that's got to be some massive rebate if it's going to be the $32,000 tax hike you're going to impose on middle-class families buying a home in the GTA. And this also impacts on resale homes, Speaker. The Ontario Real Estate Association estimates that the Dalton McGuinty sales tax will add $2,300 to the cost of a real estate transaction from legal fees, moving costs, commissions, and home inspection fees.
Absolutely crazy.
The McGuinty-Miller land transfer tax in Toronto is up to $3,500 more per home and has already resulted in a 23% drop in sales, let alone the impacts of your so-called Green Energy Act on the cost of home heating. Premier, given we want to get out of this recession, private sector job creation will be key. Why are you trying to strangle the construction and home building industry?
Remind the member opposite I just did a moment ago, we have a very generous sales tax. We'll effectively exempt 75% of new homes in Ontario, Mr. Speaker. Actually, new home sales went up 16% in Nova Scotia and 12% in New Brunswick after the implementation of the single sales tax in those provinces. What I'd really like to know, however, Mr. Speaker, I heard Mr. Hudak say on television's TV agenda that he says that he doesn't think our $32.5 billion infrastructure, he says, I don't think that's the right approach. Now, Christine Elliott said she read about Tim's position of that and personally believes that we should keep it. So, Mr. Speaker, who speaks for that party over there? Are they for a harmonized sales tax? Are they for an infrastructure plan? Who stands and speaks for that party, Mr. Speaker? I can tell you this government speaks.
Thank you. Stop. Order. We've been doing very well. The member from Beaches, East York.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.